So with this sink, we've got a few problems. One is it's not mounted. It's just sitting loose here. This backsplash is just sitting loose here. And then got a pretty good sized gap over here. I'm sure there's debris and water and everything else flowing back there. And then this door drags. It's gonna cause wear. And then also the drain is pretty well clogged. So I'm going to work on fixing all that. I'm reinstalling the dishwasher in this corner of this cabinet. This was really loose. It just kind of hangs out there. So I was putting some screws in it. But then the whole face came off because all it holds it on is these plastic clips and two dowels that don't have any glue in them. So I'm gonna have to figure out how to make that a little more secure. This dowel down here broke. I might have to replace that. And I don't know, I might have to put some brackets in here to make that a little stronger. And a motion light to the front porch. Okay, so I've driven a bunch of screws into this panel here, which is just floating, to make that a little more stable. And I put new dowel pins in this to dowel it to this cabinet, glued it, and also put in some brackets, two brackets, and screwed them to this panel. So this is all good and strong now. I also put a plank in the back here, wedged it in to support this. Back here the counter was below the tile. It was just flapping loose, nothing supporting it. So I did that to bring it even with this counter here. Put a shim in here. And then we've got this vinyl thing. I need to trim it, but just keep liquids from spilling down in here. And then I'm going to caulk all the tile. Okay, so I've mounted the dishwasher. It is mounted. I've got it leveled all the legs, and let me turn the light on. And I did mount it at a bit of an angle. You can't see it here, but you can see it there. That way, it clears the refrigerator, and the refrigerator is able to be out enough that you can fully open the door. I want to review all the stuff I've done this week. Put in the railing and the step. If I was to do this again, I would use a thicker or larger pipe, but it works. Under the door, I put some sheet metal. Not real proud of it, but it looks better. Definitely good to be covered up and not exposed to the weather. I want you to know that this bracket on this service for the electric is only attached to this plastic vinyl, and it's pulling the vinyl away. Right, let's see, there. It's pulled that vinyl away, and so we really need to drive a longer screw through that bracket to fasten that, or else it might pull that vinyl loose. But the head is fine. The head is attached well, so it's not going to like fall off the wall. It's just that little bracket is pulling the vinyl away because it just got into the plastic. It didn't get into any subsurface. I put some metal angle, aluminum actually, at the corners here to keep mice out. However, I think Joe and Ron are going to work on this a little bit more because I can still get my fingers into this corner back here. She told Mom she needs to pay Cherokee or somebody to pull all this mulch and dirt away from the siding. It shouldn't be touching the siding. I'm pretty happy with this simple solution at the front step, just a handle. Not much else. It's all she needed, and it works perfectly for her. Also added some aluminum here underneath the door. That was exposed as well. The bottom glass pane of this door was loose because it was broken. Found out that it was still under warranty, so Anderson's going to send out a new pane. I caulked the back of the countertops of the kitchen. Now this all is in alignment and got a nice seal here to keep spills from going down between the cracks. This utility closet had a lot of large gaps around the perimeter, so I put blocking in and caulked it so we can keep critters, bugs, and drafts out. Aligned this drain with the drain cap here, added that drain cap to keep critters from coming up through the pipe, and secured it. Caulked the sink top. It was loose. I glued down the backsplash, and realigned the door so it opens and closes smoothly. Cleared the drain. Got Mom a pack of replacement feet for her chairs so she doesn't make a hole in the bottom in your tub. So she'll be replacing those as needed. And added a blind to the bathroom window. These aren't the best blinds. It's what she wanted. She didn't want to see them. She wanted them to be hidden. And as you can see, a little finicky. Okay, there we go. Also added blinds to the guest bedroom. That's the switch on the furnace that I replaced. Another thing is I replaced this filter, what's it been, 11 days that I got here? I replaced it the day I got here, or the day after, and it's already starting to look dirty. So, for some reason the filters are getting dirty rather quickly. I don't know if one of the ducts in the crawl space is broken, or if there's some other reason we're getting a lot of dust here, but that just seems like a lot. It may also be the air conditioner guy did mention that the return vent was rather small, so maybe it's just a lot of air coming through because it's just so much smaller a filter. Also, it does have to run a lot during the day during the day. So just something to think about. You may already be aware that there's this weak spot in the living room, in the floor, and this plank is cracking and it's spreading around. I think since we have, a dozen or so planks in the garage, it might be worthwhile, there's also more over here, to pull a couple of these planks out and find out what the problem is underneath before this keeps getting worse. Because eventually, you can imagine this plank's going to totally be broken out, and then you're going to have, the damage is going to progress. Maybe we could save the floor if we sacrifice a few planks now. This is what the floor is. Looks like a floating floor. It is a click-in type, very thin. So everything underneath has to be completely stable for this to survive. Before pulling up those planks, though, it would probably be worthwhile for someone to crawl in and just see from underneath what it looks like. Maybe something obvious will be visible from below.